It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter, and if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit a Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, and you never know, it could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
All right, you got to listen now, Steve. Subject, he's not welcome over here. He's not welcome over here. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been married for close to 9 years, and I feel like it's my job to protect my wife against anyone that causes her stress, especially her family. Currently, my wife's parents are separated, but they still live together. Her dad refuses to live apart because he has to uphold his image as a faith leader in his small community. So divorce is out of the question, but he lives like he's a single man and disguises his cheating as one-on-one sessions with his parishioners, who happen to be all female. Within the last few months, the same woman came to his house that he shares with his wife. His wife would go to her room to give them privacy in the living room. My wife told me that she was visiting her mom one day, and her dad came home and the woman pulled up after him and they disappeared into the basement. I don't condone this behavior, and it's got my wife very upset. So I asked her dad if he was having a midlife crisis. He said he was not, but he admitted that he had crossed the line and had sex in the basement with the woman. He thought I was going to hold his secret, but I did not. I told anyone that would listen. My only regret, is that now my wife is not only shocked by her dad's cheating, our entire community has heard the rumors. I told my wife that her dad is not welcome over here, and I don't want any parts of that drama anymore. She said I started the mess, and she blamed me after her dad got suspended from his church. Why can't she see that I only did what was right? She can't see it because it is her dad, okay? You may not agree with what her dad is doing. I get that, and that's good. But it's not your business what her father is doing in his house. Now, is her father being disrespectful? Yes. Is he wrong? Yes. I don't know any woman or wife who would put up with what that man is doing. I really don't. And I'm surprised that your mother-in-law just goes in her room and closes the door when he brings another woman over. What is really going on in that house? He could at least take his strays to a hotel. That's a really bold thing to do with them being in the same house. I mean, he shares this house with his wife. I don't care if they are separated. There's still a certain level of respect he should have for his wife and his home. But back to your wife. All she sees is the embarrassment and humiliation that you've caused her dad. And she's right. You did start this mess. So what are you going to do to fix it? It's on you now. Steve?
There's so many wrongs in this letter, and most of them is by the guy who wrote the letter. Mostly all of them. The letter is entitled, He's Not Welcome Over Here. At the very end of the letter, he poses this question. Why can't she see that I only did what was right? Bruh, really? So let's see what you did that was right. Let's just go through the letter. You've been married close to 9 years, and you think it's your job to protect your wife from any stress, especially if it's caused by her family. Okay, that's right. Ding. Currently, my wife's parents are separated, but they still live together. Her dad refuses to live apart because he has to uphold his image as a faith leader in his small community. You know, image is important to a lot of people. It's crazy, but people would rather have the illusion of things going well than things actually going well. So he's into the illusion side of it. I guess that's important to him. But that's just him. It ain't real. It's fake. It's not real. So divorce is out of the question, but he lives like he's a single man and disguises his cheating as one-on-one sessions with his parishioners, which all happen to be female. Man, what? Man, your whole church is females. And he disguises his cheating. That's why they separated. Okay, I guess that has to be the case, right? Okay, well, he refuses to live apart because he don't want to, that'll be the image, and so divorce is out the question. And he disguises his cheating as one-on-one sessions. All right. Now, within the last few months, the same woman came to his house that he shares with his wife. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, bruh. Okay, that ain't cool. His wife would go to her room to give them privacy in the living room. Okay, she's stupid.
What?
Because I don't know how this is giving privacy. Ain't no woman finna do that. My wife told me that she's visiting her mom one day and her dad came home and the woman pulled up after him and they disappeared into the basement. I don't condone this behavior, and it's got my wife very upset. Okay, cool. So I asked her dad if he was having a midlife crisis. Okay, I guess you can open up that conversation if you want to. Okay, so if you'd have left it there, it would have been okay, but you didn't. He said he was not. But he admitted that he had crossed the line and had sex in the basement with the woman. Who? You know, this is the second time this week we done had somebody just admit to cheating. Where's this coming from? This is a new infection, y'all. This is spreading. This is COVID. This is the new COVID. Men are confessing.
Telling the
this
truth.
is the new COVID. Put your mask on. Shut your mouth. When I come back, I'll explain the rest of this letter.
All right. Hang on for part 2 of Steve's response. Coming up at 23 minutes after. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, he's not welcome over here. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Winter is in full swing and a leave is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but a leave's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, a leave keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. A leave gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try a leave. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is, he's not welcome over here.
Well, he's not welcome over here, so let's do this. Now, at the end of I want to preempt this because at the bottom line, the man says, what I can't. Well, okay. The man asked this question after this letter. Why can't she see that I only did what was right? So I've been trying to read the letter to find out what he did was right. And he defends his wife to protect her sanity in the marriage and keep people from stressing his wife out. Okay, you did that right. But then the rest of this stuff has nothing to do with you. Her parents are separated, but they live together in the same house because divorce is not an option because he's a community spiritual leader and he don't want to ruin his image in this little faith community. And so they not getting a divorce. They stay in the same house, but all of his parishioners are all female and he hides his cheating with them by calling it counseling. All right. So this woman comes over that he's been visiting and normally her mama go in the other room and let them have their privacy. I don't know what lady this is right here. Let another woman come to her house with her still current husband and she go in the room, give him privacy. Okay, you're stupid. Okay, so then one day, your wife was over there visiting her mom and her daddy came home and then later on the woman pulled up after him and they disappeared into the basement. I don't condone his behavior and it's got my wife very upset. So here you go to protect your wife's peace and stop her from stressing. So you went to your father-in-law, you asked your dad if he was having a midlife crisis. He said he was not. But then he admitted that he had crossed the line and had sex in the basement with the woman. Who do this? Where is coming from, y'all?
I don't know.
What is all these admissions for? What's wrong with y'all? Why did he tell that? Well, he did, right? He had sex in the basement with the woman. He thought I was going to hold his secret, but I did not. Okay, bruh. You're doing what you think is right. You thought it was it not only wasn't it right, it wasn't even smart. If your wife is already emotionally upset, you gonna bring her this news? Are you kidding me, man? You ain't thought this out at all, dog. He thought I was gonna hold his secret, but I did not. I told anyone that would listen. Oh, so now you're just going around everywhere telling that your father-in-law had sex in the basement with one of the parishioners. Why? Why? You didn't think that was going to bring more stress to your wife? Now it's a community discussion? He thought I was going to... My only regret now is that my wife is not only shocked by her dad's cheating, our entire community has heard the rumors. You just said you told anybody that would listen. Dog, what's wrong with you? Dog, are you crazy? Why would you make this public banter? Are you serious, man? I told my wife that her dad is not welcome over here, and I don't want any parts of this mess. And she blamed me after her dad got suspended from his church. Yes, she blamed you because you told everybody, bruh. You told everybody. Why can't she see that I only did what was right? Well, right by who? It wasn't right by your mother-in-law. It wasn't right by your father-in-law. It wasn't right by your wife. It ain't right to put this type of mess all out in the community. Now he's suspended from his little church, which that's all he got. All this he got coming. He bought this on himself. But why you in it telling everybody, man? So nah, bro, I'm sorry. The reason she can't see that what you did was that you only did what was right because you ain't did nothing right in this letter. Your idea of protecting your wife is skewed. You don't know what you're doing.
Wrong.
You brought more stress to your wife. You brought more stress. The man admitted that he had sex with the woman in the basement, and he thought that you would hold his secret, and you told her, your wife, and you told everybody that would listen. Wow. Wow, bro. I'm stunned that you wrote this letter. And you wrote it to another man. See, bro, you know I know. You know I know. So why would you write me and say something like this?
Crazy.
Bruh, you did everything wrong in this letter. You broke the bro code. You broke the man code. And you running your mouth like a little girl. You just a little teenage girl, man, running your mouth. And I told everybody who would listen. Dog, I hate to tell you this, bro. Men, that ain't how men do. That's just not the way. Could have kept this between you and your wife, but if you didn't want to hurt your wife and you wanted to keep her from being less stressed, you wouldn't have told her that your daddy had sex in the basement. You should have just let it have disappeared into the basement.
Right.
And I don't know what type of community leader he is by telling y'all he had sex in the basement.
Well, he's been suspended.
Y'all don't shut y'all's...
All right. Thank you, Steve. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and on Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. You can download it today. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, you know what time it is. It's time for Junior and Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.